Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Ban Yasharala of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Not today, I'll be coming out a lesson on this article. And it says here, it's about 8 hours ago. It says, this could end very badly. Russia issues new threat as West considers sending long-range missiles to Ukraine. It says a Russian diplomat has issued a bleak warning to the West after the UK and the U.S. hinted that they would allow Ukraine to use long-range missiles. Allies have not supplied Kiev's forces with such weapons out of fear that Moscow would perceive it as an escalation, and the regional conflict would spiral into a war with NATO or go nuclear. But the truth of the matter is, it's going to go that way. It's going to go nuclear. This is what the Lord wants, so it's going to happen. And see, you got these powers that be, they pushing for a war, but at the same time, they scared it's going to go nuclear. Well, that's the next thing that's going to happen. This next war will be fought with missiles. It will be fought with fuel or fire. It's going to be people behind a console and or a control panel pressing buttons, sending off those arrows, those glittering spears, the swords that's going to be bathed in heaven. That's what's going to happen. And they're trying to avoid this, but you can't avoid what the Lord has already said is going to happen. Let's continue. It says, however, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken claims Iran has now sent short-range ballistic missiles to Russia. It says, although Tehran denies it, suggesting Moscow has already or was already taking the fight to another level. They're just preparing. That's really what it is. The drums of war are beating, and these nations are preparing for war. It's probably some that don't want a war, but that's not according to Yahweh Shemar Shai. World War III will happen. It will come to fruition, and it will come to pass. But at the same time, this is still we'll say the border of wickedness, being afraid while trying to stoke the flames of war, while not trying to let them get out of control. Now it's going to spiral out of control because the Lord is controlling this. Let's continue. It says, while the West has not yet publicly changed its stance on Ukraine's use of long-range missiles, Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov said that Moscow is ready to retaliate, and they've been saying that for some time now, almost a year now. Russia is saying they're going to retaliate, and you can bet your bottom dollar. According to Russian state news agency, I guess TASS, he said this is just another potential escalation move by Washington, which is true. Because the U.S. has total control over Kiev, which cannot make any decision without the approval or support of the U.S. and other Western allies, which is also true. He claimed it's alarming, dangerous, and threatening, which it is, but it's detrimental only to the border of wickedness. Though they think that that's what they want and it's going to do this and then they're going to come back out of the ashes, that's just not the truth. That is not how the Lord is planning it. That is not how it's going to go. Continuing. This is, however, our determination to achieve all the goals of the special military operation is stronger than ever. He suggested that Russia is still confident that the adversaries on the battlefield will be defeated, that no enemy objectives will be accomplished. The diplomat claimed the U.S. live in a world of self-made dark dreams, which is true, haunted by phantoms one of which is the belief that it is possible to defeat a nuclear power like Russia on the battlefield. Ooh, boy, that was a hard statement. He says he concluded this could end very badly for them and for anyone who ignores this harsh reality. So basically, it's being spoken like Russia, like, look, we plan to bring the smoke, or should I say the fire, to anybody that think they won't smoke. So yeah, just a few scriptures, a couple. This is Psalms, Salakia, whatever. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 5. It says, his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. So when it comes down to Edom, Esau and his ways, they're always grievous. They're always causing problems, complications, hardships in whatever situation that we'll say the wickedness, the board of wickedness dealings, whatever they deal is always grievous. But the judgments of the Lord are far above out of his sight, out of Esau's sight. It is what it is. Out of these devil's sight, the judgment of the Lord is far above out of their sight. I mean, they don't really see it coming. And it says, and as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. And that's what Esau do. He puff at his enemies. He do the bullying tactic. Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. I can do this, and you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. And that's what's going on. He puffing at his enemies, and this them sending long range missiles to Ukraine. That's puffing at Russia, because Russia is an enemy. You know. But let's continue. Verse 6. It says, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And these devils have said that. They have said in their heart. Esau has said in his heart that he is not going to be moved. Esau thinks that he's not going to be in a lower state. And he's not going to be, he thinks he's not going to be in hardship. He thinks he's not going to be between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't think that he can be challenged and overcome and taken down. He think he is not going to be in adversity. Well, that's not true. Thus saith Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Real quick, I get it. Let me find it now before I get my next precept. There we go. All right. Now, this is Job chapter 18. Verse 11, it says, terror shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. And that's what's going on, because terrorists is really making Esau afraid. Like, they pushing for a war but don't want it to go nuclear. But that's just not good. It's just unavoidable. And Russia had already said time and time again and times before that they're going to respond with the nuclear action. And Russia already knows that it cannot be defeated. The Lord has built Russia up enough for it to be exactly enough to destroy the great whore of Babylon, which is Babylon, America. And that's just the truth. It is what it is. But nonetheless, these are the terrors that's making Esau afraid. It's making these devils afraid on every side. And it's driving them to their feet, making them move in haste. But at the same time, making them move also in fear. Because with this here, they don't want to escalate, but it's going to escalate, and the Lord is going to make it escalate. Last point. Psalms 50, verse 22. This is, now consider this, ye that forget Yahweh, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. So the Lord is saying, consider all those that have forgotten who he is. They have forgotten that he's that terrible demon-like power, that king of terrors, you know. He says, remember who he is, unless he tear you in pieces and there be none to deliver. And see, the Lord gonna help Edom remember who he is and help Esau understand his place in the bigger picture. So it was just a little quick lesson. If it's any tomfoolery that happens from Babylon America, it's gonna end bad for this place. Shalom.